And so if you want to have a great week this week, you need to exercise your mind. Your mental fitness is a conditioned level, which means it can be moved up or it can decrease and lower. And so if you don't exercise your mind, what happens is you get a little flabby and slow and weak in your mental fitness. If you do exercise your mind, then what happens is you become more clear, stronger, sharp, on the point, more quick, more witty in what you do. So it's very healthy to have a type of mental exercise plan and to exercise your mind. I mean, it just makes sense. You want to be mentally fit, you need to exercise your mind. And here are some of the things that I do that help me in keeping my mind fit. Now, if I do this, I'm more fit. If I don't do this, I'm less fit. It's pretty simple. It's not hard to figure out. So while you're coaching someone else, if they have difficulties in making decisions or difficulty handling what's going on in their life or in the world, they may be mentally, their mental fitness may be on the lower end of the scale. And so this is a great thing to consider while coaching others. It's like, hey, you know what? We need to get you stronger mentally and to be able to exercise these different parts of who and how their mind functions. Because really what we're doing is we're helping people activate the functions of their mind. No matter what you're coaching people on, you're activating the functions of their mind. So what's happening here is to look at this and go, how could you help somebody else put together a fitness plan for their mind? And I would say also their emotions. So these are some of the things that I do. Sometimes I do all of them. Sometimes I do just a few of them, but I like having a menu to choose from so that I can do my exercises for the day. Today at the gym, I was on the treadmill and I had the treadmill cranked up as steep as it would go. And I was on the treadmill for about 15 minutes, but it was as steep as it would go. And man, my heart got beating fast. So 15 minutes of fitness can push the body, can really show it like, hey, we need to build ourselves up to be stronger. Same thing happens with our mind. It doesn't have to be long. It just needs to be intentional in how we are mentally fit. If we're struggling with things in our life right now, instead of trying to always just fix problems, maybe we just need to get stronger. Maybe that's how it needs to happen. And if we're stronger, we can handle things longer and have more stamina. So it makes sense. So I hope that you have a mental exercise plan and have a menu to choose from. You've learned a lot from all the different books and classes and online things you've looked at. There's a lot you've learned. So put together a menu so you have something to choose from. So you're not sitting there going, what should I do? It's like, oh, which one do I do? Not what do I do? It's like, oh, let me just pick one. And then you use that for your fitness exercise for that day. And if you need to use 2 or more, then use 2 or more. So I've got my vision board right here in front of me. Boom, did that. I've listened to my story. I have a written story that I've recorded that's 26 minutes and 58 seconds long. I listened to that this morning. I will be listening to music after the mastermind. I also will be listening to my book after the mastermind this morning. Meditation this morning, check that one. Sunday, did my Sunday activities. I just love having options. Instead of sitting there going, I don't know what to do, I like having a menu to go, which one do I do? So it's not confusing. It's not a mystery. Remove the mystery why you're not mentally strong. It's just like, oh, here's the options. Let me choose one. I'm going to go do one. And then you keep doing that a little bit each day. And so you get stronger. Cool, huh? So I think it's fantastic to have this. And any coach who wants to be ahead of their clients is going to have their own mental exercise plan. Any coach who's smart is going to work out their mind every day. So you're staying ahead of your clients and ahead of your challenges so you can be mentally strong to be able to handle what's coming at you. So that's the trick right there. I mean, seriously, this is super important to have. Click the raise the hand button if you see that this is important. Is this important to you? I hope it's important to you, right? Every time you click your hand, your name goes across my screen, right? It's like, boom, there you are. There you are. So yes, it is important, right? It is important because without mental exercise, your mind will drift and become weak. And the more weak you are, the more challenges you will have in making decisions, in analyzing and evaluating. And usually when you're weak, you become negative. Usually when a person is weak, they become more pessimistic and more negative. And so that's a sign of weakness of the mind, because a person will drift to that negativity, because negativity is easy. Negativity is easy. It's easy to be negative. It's easy to point out what's wrong. It's easy to show what you're not doing well. It's easy to beat yourself up. It's easy. That's so easy to beat up yourself and to nitpick other people. It's so easy to be negative and to be in that zone. And that's a sign of weakness. And so when we're weak, we choose the easy way out. When we're weak, we choose the easy things. We do. When we're stronger, we'll choose the more tough things to do. And so when I hear people who, they don't want to get on social media, they don't want to market, they don't want to send an email out, they don't want to talk to people, I know that they're weak. They're mentally weak. And the reason they're mentally weak is because they don't work out their mind. It's not because that's how they were born. It's not because there's something wrong with them. It's just that they're weak. And so I listen to that and I'm like, oh, they're mentally weak. Okay, they don't have an exercise plan. Okay, we got to get them on an exercise plan. To have a mental exercise plan so that they can get strong, so that they can be more positive, because positive means that you're creating. Positive means that you're organizing. Positive means that you're putting things together. Positive means you're building systems. Positive means you're engaging with people, because when you have energy and you have strength, you will engage with people because you can handle them. But if you can't handle people and you don't want to engage with people, you're going to find that your mind is weak. And then the reason why you're weak is because you don't have an exercise plan. And so if you want to have a great week this week, you need to exercise your mind, strengthen it on what it is that you want to become, what you want to do, how you want things to turn out. Because when you look at my list here, when you look at this and you see this and you're like, whoa, wait a second, this has to do with the functions of the mind, the functions of the mind, how you see things, how you say things, how you believe the future is going to be, your energy, your vibe, my education, my spiritualness. Look at that. Just those top 6 right there. Boom. Right. And then let me see if I can squeeze this one in. And then if we add nutrition, and I feed myself good things, man, it just makes everything so much better, right? So it just makes sense. And so as you're coaching people and you find out that they're pessimistic, negative, and everything's drama and everything like that, it's like, whoa, you need to look at that person and go, you know what? You need a mental fitness program. And so then you set them up with some options of what to do. And it's really good to be able to give them a plan or a routine. Because I'll tell you right now, a person cannot move to the next level and maintain that level unless they have the strength. You don't just get the next level of life as a prize. No, you have to qualify for that mentally. and emotionally, because that's the only way you'll exist at that level is because of your mental state and your emotional state, which then comprises and comes together to create your spiritual strength, your spiritual state. And so to me, I've learned over the years that if I try to get to a new level of performance and I'm not mentally and emotionally fit for that, guaranteed I will slide back. And that's what people do is they push hard and then they slide back. They push hard and they slide back. They push hard and slide back. And then they think like, maybe I'm not meant for this. And it's like, no, you just don't have the mental strength. You're working hard. Anybody can work hard, but you need the mental and emotional stability behind that to hold you in that place. It makes sense. It just makes sense. This is just like simple sense of going, wait a minute. My inside determines my outside state. My inside is going to affect that. So if you're not where you want to be and you can't get there, you might need to exercise.